2 years ago, on a quiet Friday night, I was sitting on the couch in my newly rented apartment. In my hand was the absolute newest smartphone, one I had bought just that morning with a quick swipe of my credit card. It was sleek, flawless, and top of the line. I clearly remember justifying the purchase to myself. I told myself that I work hard, I just got a raise, and upgrading my life is exactly how I should reward myself. But as the glow of the screen lit up my face in that silent room, I opened my banking app and stared at my credit card balance. In a single moment, the thrill of owning that brand new device completely evaporated. What replaced it was a heavy, indescribable emptiness. The worst part was not that I had just bought an expensive phone. The worst part was the crushing realization that even though my income had doubled over the last 5 years, the actual amount of money I managed to keep was shockingly low. My entire sense of prosperity was nothing but a fragile illusion. A few days later, desperate to make sense of my financial mess, I stumbled upon an article comparing two completely different economic mindsets: the West and Japan. It highlighted a reality that made me stop and think. In many Western cultures, consumption is the absolute engine of the economy. The unspoken rule we constantly hear is to buy the house, upgrade the car, and just keep spending to keep the system moving. But in Japan, households collectively hold trillions of yen in cash, sitting quietly in savings accounts that earn almost zero interest. It is not that they do not know how to enjoy their wealth. It is because they deeply value a concept known as Chokin, the art of steady accumulation. For them, saving is not an act of stinginess. It is a deliberate shield. This difference goes far beyond national economics. It seeps deep into how we measure our own self-worth. Modern consumer culture constantly whispers a dangerous lie. It tells us that our value is measured entirely by what we can buy. The system actually needs you to remain unsatisfied. It wants you to look at your 3-year-old car and feel embarrassed. It wants you to feel like your apartment is too small and that your closet is always missing that one final piece. It is a machine that runs beautifully on our personal insecurities. One tap, one upgrade, one quick swipe of the card. But the traditional Japanese mindset takes a completely different path. Instead of chasing a loud, flashy version of wealth, they find comfort in the quiet strength of things you cannot see. Slowing down, being intentional, and simply refusing to run a race where the finish line keeps moving further away just as you are about to cross it. They are not trying to win the Western game of endless consumption. They have chosen to play a completely different game altogether. In this video, we are not going to talk about macroeconomics. We are not here to debate which global system is better. Instead, we are going to break down 3 core Japanese financial philosophies that will help you break free from the exhausting cycle of endless consumption. A few of these principles will give you the tools to start keeping your money today, but the others, they will completely redefine what wealth actually means to you. The first concept is Chokin. Simply translated, it means saving, but its true meaning goes much deeper than just scraping together leftover change at the end of the month. The problem for most of us in the modern world is that we treat saving as an afterthought. We pay our rent, we pay our bills, we eat out, we shop online, and we tell ourselves that we will save whatever is left over. But the truth is, with the endless temptations of the digital age, there is rarely anything left. Chokin completely flips this. It turns saving into a fixed, non-negotiable expense. Imagine a friend named Marcus. Marcus works in media and makes a great salary. Every time he gets a promotion, he immediately upgrades to a nicer apartment downtown, buys designer clothes, and books expensive vacations. On the outside, he looks incredibly successful. But over coffee one day, Marcus confessed to me that he loses sleep every time there is a rumor about company layoffs. He has a massive cash flow, but absolutely no defense. The traditional Japanese approach is different. Even when their income increases, they rarely upgrade their lifestyle right away. Instead, they funnel that extra money directly into Chokin. They understand a very simple psychological truth. Money sitting in a savings account is not dead money. It is a ticket that buys you peace of mind. Chokin will not make you look rich on social media. It makes you rich on those quiet nights when you lie in bed, knowing that even if your company faces a crisis tomorrow, you will be perfectly fine for the next 6 months. Saving, the Japanese way, is simply buying your freedom from fear. But if you think this philosophy is simply about hiding your money away, you are missing the most profound part. The Japanese do not just defend themselves by hoarding cash. They have a much more elegant weapon to fight back against the endless pull of consumerism. And it starts with how they completely redefine the very things we buy. The second principle is Teinei na kurashi, which means a careful, intentional way of living that deeply respects every small detail. Western culture prides itself on convenience and speed. Today, you can order a meal, call a ride, or even buy a brand new television with nothing but a quick face scan on your phone. There is no delay. There is absolutely no friction. But friction is exactly what gives our brains the time to think. When everything is too easy, spending money stops being a conscious decision and becomes an unconditional reflex. Teinei no kurashi teaches us how to slow down. It is the act of brewing your own pot of tea instead of rushing to buy a takeout coffee every morning. It is choosing to spend your weekend cooking a warm meal instead of sliding your thumb across a screen to order delivery. Let us look at a simple example. Suppose you spend $10 a day on invisible conveniences like a coffee, a short ride when you could have walked, or a random snack. That number seems completely harmless. But over a year, that is more than $3,600. The biggest drain on our wealth is not luxury designer bags. The greatest waste lies in thousands of tiny, unconscious decisions that simply slip away. Teinei no kurashi does not forbid you from spending money. It only asks that you are fully present the moment you open your wallet. But slowing down only helps you stop unconscious shopping. How do you deal with the overwhelming pressure to constantly upgrade the things you already own? That is where you need the third principle, Mottainai. This is a deep sigh of regret when something of value is carelessly wasted. Our modern economy operates heavily on planned obsolescence. Products are intentionally designed to break easily or to go out of style after just one season, forcing you to throw them away and buy something new. Buying new things is no longer a genuine need. It has become a form of entertainment. But the spirit of Mottainai refuses to participate in that game. Why should you replace a perfectly good phone just because it does not have the newest camera lens? Why throw away a shirt over a tiny tear instead of simply sewing it back together? The true power of Mottainai is that it frees you from the exhausting pressure of always having the latest item. When you stop trying to chase ever-changing trends, you suddenly find yourself with an abundance of money and time. You are no longer just an exhausted gear in a giant machine of consumption. Chokin builds a safety buffer between you and the unpredictable world. Teinei no kurashi forces you to slow down every financial decision so you are not swept away. And Mottainai completely shatters the hollow urge to constantly upgrade your possessions. Taken individually, these concepts might seem like simple lifestyle tips, but when you weave them together, they form an entirely different financial operating system. Think about it. Two people can earn the exact same salary living in the same expensive city, yet one person is constantly exhausted and broke by the 25th of every month, while the other is quietly building a financial fortress. The difference is not in the paycheck. The difference lies in the operating system running beneath it. The world outside will never stop finding reasons for you to spend your money. There will always be a newer car model, a shinier collection, and incredibly clever advertising campaigns telling you that you deserve it all. There is absolutely nothing wrong with contributing to the economy. But you are under no obligation to trade your own financial freedom and peace of mind just to make massive corporations richer. You might not actually need a higher salary right away to feel safe. Perhaps all you really need is a small pause, a deep appreciation for what you already have, and the courage to step entirely out of that endless loop of consumption. Because in the end, all quiet wealth begins the exact same way. It begins the moment you refuse to live up to the expectations of someone else. If this video helped you look at your money in a different light, please hit the subscribe button. And I am truly curious. Out of the three philosophies we talked about today, Chokin, living carefully, or Mottainai, which one resonates with you the most right now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.